Hi everyone. I wanted to talk a bit more about speaking truthfully, which is something I touched upon a little bit. And this is a kind of strength and gift that some people who might be autistic or dyspraxic have, not all. And you probably might have heard of it, which is like not being able to lie. So I wanted to explain how that works for me. Might help with some people's understanding of what that means. So as I mentioned in my previous video, I have to say what I believe is the truth. So if somebody asks me, I feel like I need to answer something in a factual way. And I don't understand when people answer something sarcastically until I think about that and then think, oh, is that like they're not actually being honest? I mean, I'm not judging them in that sense. I'm trying to compute it. So it's quite useful for me to think of it for like my brain computing something. So like to me, like talking or listening is very, very like functional for communicating like facts and understanding or like sharing knowledge. It's not kind of like I don't know how to use it as just a way to sort of like enjoy passing the time. It's kind of like a very knowledge sharing or fact sharing process. So when somebody kind of jokes to me or something, I don't get it, and I usually look quite sort of I don't know how I look because I haven't seen how I look, but I fear that I might seem either kind of stupid, unintelligent, and it's not just jokes, it can just be anything. Like I had a lady I used to see very often, and then this was a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago. She wasn't going to see me for like a week or two because of some holidays that were coming up. And then I was trying to set in my mind and understand when she was coming back, because if someone doesn't sort of like verbally tell me something very clearly, then I just don't know. Like when I said I just don't know anything about anything. So I just don't know and don't understand. And I kind of like need this kind of cementing in if it's something important. So I said, when are you going to be back? Is it Saturday the 2nd or whatever? And then she said, yeah, as long as I don't get run over by a bus, which it was like, then she was like smiling and laughing. But I was really frightened. But what she meant was that she would be there. You know, there was like no chance she was going to let me down unless something very drastic happened. But I didn't understand that. And then it took me a while to catch up with it, because I got so shocked by the thought of, or the idea that she could not be able to come back because she got run over by a bus. It was like very vivid to me that this might be about to happen during this time period, and then my whole life would change. It's kind of like goes to that place. It's not sort of like just a way of speaking. To me, it's kind of like when you say something, it has an impact. Well, I do believe that when you say something, it has an impact. So anyway, she said this, which is fine. It was actually really, it could have been funny if I'd kind of clicked. And then I just stood there like in terror, and then I was just staring at her, and she was kind of like really kind of amused, and I think maybe she might have felt a bit guilty because she didn't realise I was not going to understand that way of talking. So then she was like, don't worry, I'm not really, it's fine, and stuff like that. But I was just still in that kind of like shock and terror that she might just be about to get run over by a bus. And it's like, you know, when your body like responds to something. So it was kind of like very physical reaction of the fear and shock of something like that, actually, that event happening. Thankfully it didn't, by the way. And just thinking about it now just gets me back in that place as well. It's kind of like took me a while, because quite after sort of like I don't know, less than a minute, I realised, oh, she didn't actually mean that she might get run over by a bus. She just meant that she is going to be there and she'll try not to let me down. But after I'd sort of understood that logically, I didn't catch up with myself for quite a few minutes to understand that physically. And it's almost like I needed her to kind of like hold me by the shoulders and just look at me and just kind of like gently say like, it's all right, I didn't mean that I'm going to be run over by a bus. Like, you know, kind of like undo what she'd said in a way. Yeah, so that's that. So anyway, I can't remember exactly how I started this video, but hopefully it all tied in together to where I started. And thanks for listening.